In the season finale, Bryan and Finola's lives are changed forever as Maddox and Influx converge on the debris they seek. Hello, everybody. I'm Steve from VALHARTV, and today I'll be reviewing Debris Episode 13. So it's the season finale, and this episode ends with an open ending, leaving even more questions unanswered. Really, this gives us, a lot more questions than answers. So we end up seeing that Bryan and Finola learn about Anson escaping. And as they pull up to the antenna where George is, he runs out in his tinfoil cape and says they have to leave, like, immediately. So they end up leaving, and George takes them to the debris piece that he's been looking for. And as we see as that scene goes on, we see a whole bunch of people converging, onto the area where this debris piece is. And we see Bryan ends up talking to Finola about her father, George. And he questions if George is, really kind of telling them, the truth and, what this debris piece really is, what's going on. Because things just aren't adding up for Bryan. And we see that Finola ends up a little bit later on talking to George. And this is where we start to get a little bit of answers. But not much, to be honest with you. We really finally get to see what George's role in all of this has been. And then Influx shows up as they're talking. And they're there to take the debris piece. And Finola is, shocked, too, throughout this whole talk with her father. She's shocked at everything that he's been, he literally tells her. And while all this is happening, we see Maddox ends up meeting that woman that he's met a couple of times. And he collects the debris pieces that he's been looking for. And he ends up taking them home. So we really don't get answers for why he wanted George dead. But we do find out what he wanted the debris pieces for after he takes them home. And I thought that was very interesting that he's kind of playing the bad guy, but he's also trying to do something to help his family out. So I thought that was kind of an interesting little twist, even though you do kind of see it coming. After the last few episodes. But after Influx leaves with the piece of debris, Finola and Bryan end up talking about what happened to him and things that have been going on, and Sheets talks about George as well. So we really get the sense of things that happened before the season started. And Bryan kind of tells her about the injections, things like that. So we really get a little bit more of his past and why and why the debris may be calling out to him. But again, this creates a lot more questions than answers. And this episode ends with the orb arriving in Arizona. We saw in the one episode where the Native American was talking about the four winds and the Great Father, and the orb arrives in Arizona to him. So really, again, a lot more answers, or a lot more questions than answers in this. Because this is setting up for an open ending for Season 2. But we'll go into that in just a little bit as well. So the effects in this, I thought, were fine. We do get to see a Smokey type person stalking George, which I thought was kind of neat. And then the orb. We see the orb again, and we see a couple other things with the debris and the people as well. But there weren't a lot of effects in this. And the acting, I thought, was fine as well. I thought it was good. We get a couple of moments that were shocking for Finola, and she genuinely looked shocked, and she was emotional. which I thought was good, overall. So we do get to see that Bryan has a larger role to play in all of this, but it's still clear for like how and why. And we also get a lot more questions and answers in this as well as this is going on. But it looks like I waited to put this out because I wanted to try to do a little more research and everything, and it looks like, according to 3 different articles from Deadline, Variety, and TV Line, these are like the first things that do come up when you search Debris 2021. It looks like Debris has been canceled after 1 season by NBC. The ratings have been overall decent, and a lot of people do like the show, but there weren't enough episodes that were like really good, in my opinion, to really kind of save this, if these articles are true. So far, looks like it's only rumors. Well, no, actually, according to this Deadline one, NBC has canceled Debris. Deadline confirmed on Thursday after the fate of the freshman sci-fi detective drama has been up in the air following its May 24th finale that wrapped up a 13-episode run. So apparently, this has been canceled. So we will never end up seeing where any of these storylines and plots converge. But again, that's, sometimes they may bring it back if they have enough people who want it to come back. But according to these, I didn't look at the Deadline one until just now, but like these from Variety and everything like that, it has been saying that they've been canceled. But I took these as rumors, so I can't, honestly confirm, even though Deadline says they confirmed it. But who knows? It may come back, it may not. That's why I took a while to put this review out, because I wanted to make sure. And I also kind of really didn't want to watch it if it's not coming back. But I figured, I've been doing the reviews all season. I may as well finish it up. And this episode wasn't as strong as it could have been, in my opinion. I really thought like episodes 9, 10, and 12 were better episodes than pretty much the majority of them. I know a lot of people have liked this show, and for me, I've liked it for the most part. Again, I feel like Fringe and X-Files did a way better job than this series did for everything, because it just kind of felt too much like both of those trying to be put together. And there was just too many questions about the Debris that weren't answered, like why they had different properties for each one, even though they apparently came from the same spaceship. So that I thought was really strange. Like the things going on with Bryan, the neural link that the Debris has with him and other pieces, and now with the orb, there were just too many questions unanswered. Especially for this. So they would have had to really start answering a lot of questions in Season 2 if we got a Season 2. So overall, I would give this episode a 7.5 out of 10. The series overall, I would have to give about at least a 7.5 out of 10. This wasn't a bad series overall, but it wasn't a great one either. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this season of Debris and what you think about the cancellations, if they're true or if they're just rumors, because I can't really take these, as completely fact, because we haven't really had an announcement, it looks like, from NBC that I could find. There may be one out there though, but let's see if they do come back with one next season. You never know, actually. So, If you guys like what I do, please hit the like button and also subscribe, as I'll be doing more content each week. Take care for now, everybody.